Hello everyone, welcome to Organic Gaming. Don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe and hit that notifications bell for new content.
Hi guys, so welcome to my quick start guide for Siege. I'm going to try and go over all the basic information you need to get going in this game. Try and bear with me, there's a lot to remember, and we'll try and go over everything that you need to get going. So first up, we're in the spawn section now, and what you're going to want to look at here is where you spawn. So if you want to get to a certain objective quicker, then you spawn on one side. If you want to try and be safer from spawn peaks, which is an enemy trying to shoot you on the way to the building, then you can spawn on the opposite side. So for this map, this is one of the safest spawns you can go to, and there's almost no spawn peaks there. So we're going to ignore the characters for the moment, but if you just want to choose Sledge, she's one of the earliest characters, and we'll go into the guns and characters themselves in another video. For now, this is just the game modes and how to get started. Right, so this is the drone phase. So in this phase, you're going to get to look around the map in your drone. You can jump with the A button as well. And what you want to do is try and drone your way through the building so that you know it's clear, there are no traps, and you need to try and locate the enemies and also the objective. So I haven't actually prepped this, so I need to find the objective with you guys now. It's always in a set certain amount of locations, so once you know that it's not in one place, you can go and move on to check the next place. So for here, it's usually in the bedroom or it's downstairs in the living room. We'll find it in just a second. If you don't find the objective in the drone phase, that's okay. What you can do is press down on the D-pad again to go back into your drone. Finding the objective is really important. It's really hard to go into a map without knowing where you need to head to first. So once you check all the usual spots, this is the last spot I know of. And oh, not down here, so I'll be upstairs. This is one of the problems you can run into trying to record a video when you don't know where the objectives are. This is what the drone phase is for, so make sure that you're just looking around, you check all the usual spots. There we go, not there. So there's one other place I know of which is up in construction. And is it here? Bro, we might have to check this. Check this last room. There it is, okay, right, finally. Alright, so we've droned our way in, we found the objective. So we already know now that this staircase is clear, there's no one on it, and we've gone down through that door, so now we can go in the area we've cleared. So be careful running up to buildings. We've got windows and balconies all over here, and any of these can be cracked open and an enemy could be waiting to shoot you. Now, going in, we can use Sledge's hammer to open the door, but I'm going to show you the easiest way first, which is to use 3 melee attacks anywhere on the wood, and on the third one you'll break in. That's the easiest way to get through without attracting a lot of attention by shooting your way through. Right, so we've droned all this out earlier, we know it's clear, so we're going to walk our way up. So in secure, we're going to be securing this room. Usually it'll be reinforced, and we'll go into that later. So once you go in the room, you're going to start securing the objective. You can see that in the bottom middle of the screen, that's the timer. Once that reaches the top, then you've won. Now if you step out, the timer will stop and start going back down. So you need to stay in the room for that whole time. If you're in the room and there is an enemy in here with you, it will be contested, so the timer will not move. And at that point you have to clear the room, make sure there's no enemies in here, and then once the timer reaches the top, you'll win the secured area. Right, so we're going to go into the defense next, and defending is going to be slightly different. We don't have any drones, and we have different styles of gadgets. So when we're defending, we've got a few different gadgets to choose from. Nitro cell is the most common, which is a C4, which you can remote detonate at any point. Then we've also got a deployable shield to block off doorways. Now here we go, we've got the objective spawn, so instead of choosing where we spawn on the map now, we're going to choose where we defend. So we're going to choose master bedroom here, which is a nice big open objective, and then any character you want. Again, I'm going to use smoke here. Right, so once the game starts now, instead of being a drone phase like before where the attackers had the drone phase to start with, we're going to be in a prep phase. And what you do here is prepare the objective. So we've got soft walls here which you can shoot through, they're made of drywall. And what you're going to want to do is to reinforce these by going up to them and holding X. Once you've finished with the reinforcement, that wall can then only be breached by a thermite charge and is also bulletproof. Once you've done all the reinforcements around your objective and the prep phase is finished, that's when the attackers can come in and come at you. Now remember, you've got gadgets that you can use in this phase too, like a deployable shield. All of this changes the map and makes it harder for the attackers to come and find you. Now once the phase does begin, there are narrator callouts, so that you'll hear the narrator in the game say that the round is now starting and the enemies are coming, and you can see the action phase mark as well on the screen. Now If an enemy comes and drones the objective or sees the objective, it will call out to you and say that an enemy has seen the objective. You also need to be very careful to listen out for an enemy entering the objective. If no one's hiding in here to protect it, and some enemy walks in, they'll start securing, and if you're not able to hear that, then you'll quickly lose the game. So make sure you're listening out for that alarm to start going off. Right, now we're going to move on to hatches. So here's our first hatch. Now before we look at hatches, you're going to shoot the floor here and you'll see these steel beams. These are located on every floor on every map except for on hatches, these little square hatches. Now you can reinforce hatches just like a wall, and obviously that then makes it bulletproof and only pierceable by explosives. But for this, we're going to open it, and often you can only use shotguns or DMRs for this with a rifle. Once you've opened the hatch, you can drop up and down, and once we go through, you cannot reinforce a hatch that you've already opened. So if you try to reinforce that now, you just fall straight down. And then we've got non-breachable walls up next. So things like brick here, is bulletproof, and then things like this metal door here are both bulletproof and also not breachable. No thermite will go through that. Right, last thing we're going to go over is barricades again. So instead of breaking them down this time, we're on defense, we can place a barricade. So any doorway like this, go up to it, hold X, and that'll start you barricading a door. So this is just to slow down the enemy and cover your back, and you can do this on any door you want, including what we call the double doors. So we call these single doors, and these are called double doors, just easy call outs. Okay, once you've sealed everything up, we're going to go over the compass and the room callouts next. So this is the same for whether you're on attack or defense. Now in the bottom right of the screen you can see that compass spinning around now. Now you can give compass callouts by saying that the enemy's pushing on the north side of the building, and it is quite useful for your team to know. It's just not everyone does compass callouts. But the most important thing down there is just to the right. It'll show you what floor you're on and the exact callout for whichever room you're in. This is really useful when you're trying to learn all the callouts for the map, because always key in this game is information and telling your teammates what you see and what you hear. So if you look down there, that is changing now each room. So now we're in connector, and now we're going through the TV room. Every little room has its own call out, including staircases. So right here we've got the back entrance. So just remember to look at those call outs, try and remember them. And common call outs include things like the color of a staircase or a doorway. So here it would be single door, and this is the white staircase. That's what this is commonly called. Now, when the objective changes, you can actually call a different staircase main. So let's say the objective's up in this room, closest to this staircase. This staircase would be considered main staircase for all callouts. Right, so we're going to move on to a different game mode now.
Apologies for the microphone quality, guys, we fixed it now, and if you'd like to see more videos, please don't forget to check back soon with us.